I'm back, and this time it's me playing against Shrike on Canyon Outpost. This is from round 2 of the Kharak Cup number 1 against Shrike, who in round 1 played against Mask of the Red Death. He has got 1 win, and I've got 0. So this is like the... I'm trying to think of a name for this, but I really can't. Anyhow, so I'm spawning down here in the south. I believe that's the south. Oh, it's the east. No, wait, west, right? I'm never any good at the unit circle. I'm in the west, probably. In the gray and red Gaussian units right here. And spawning up here in the north, it's going to be sort of the disturbing brown and black striped forces of Shrike playing as the coalition. And as you can see, both players went for a 4 CU salvager opening, followed up by RU salvagers, so this is our typical opening. Nothing special coming out here. Shrike has retired his base runner, which would suggest he wants to do something early game, some kind of economic gain. We will have to see what that is. I, of course, in predictable fashion, am just running my production cruiser right into the middle, because what else would I do? That's what I do literally every game, in case you didn't notice. Actually, I produced a salvager out of this production cruiser, but it came out like right here. That was a bit sloppy, wasn't it? And I've already got sand skimmer fabrication with 1 sand skimmer out. And you see what I'm doing here? I just want to find out immediately where his units are, so I'm moving them out as fast as possible. Shrike, meanwhile, is now producing LAVs, which is pretty lucky for him. He didn't scout it. But if you've retired your early game base runner, I would say this is a good thing to do, is make some LAVs in the beginning, because you never quite know, what your opponent is doing. I mean, it could be something like this, and if you don't produce any LAVs, you could really be in a hard spot here. But Shrike will have his bases covered. He's already got 2 LAVs to my 4 sand skimmers, soon to be 5. There's the scanner, so I'll see where his units are, and I'm going to try to converge on them here. This guy's kind of on his own, but, that hill there is going to block the line of sight, so I'm feeling okay about this. And now my idea here was, well, maybe I can pressure him off of one of these 2 bases if I'm really lucky, and if not, I can at least go for some kind of a, assault ship push or railgun push that can try to close out the game early. This is what I always love to do. In this case, I'm going to choose assault ships, and I think I chose this because I saw he already had LAVs out on the field. And, assault railguns are better if you're already outnumbering your opponent. How are the upgrades looking? 0-1, so Shrike actually has already got the armor upgrade on his LAVs, which is good. Ooh, Sand Skimmer got really close to dying there, but the base runner heal is going to save him, clutch style, I suppose. His LAVs are trying to push up now, and they do have the superior numbers, I believe. How many of these are there? 7? 7 to 7. And Shrike is making an AAV. So he should be able to easily push these off. Getting some damage on these LAVs, but nowhere near killing them. My armor upgrade has come in now, so we're 1-1. But now there's an AAV coming in, and I see that, so I'm just gonna move out of here. I mean, there's no sense in sticking around, right? So this production cruiser is moving down now. The scanner goes down. I love my scanners. I hate it when people kill them. And the base runner is starting to take a bit of damage too. Assault ship fabrication is finished, however. The base runner heal there is going to try to support these sand skimmers as they can come in for a poke here. We're trading 1 for 1. Now it's going to look like 2 for 1. That's not so good. And this AAV is just kind of bullying this army off. Oh, it's even going to get a 3rd sand skimmer suppressed here. So that's actually quite a... Oh, he's really chased though. Ooh. Yeah, slight misclick there. He didn't chase in. He could have gotten this 3rd sand skimmer here. Not a big deal, but every little bit counts when you're talking about these little LAV wars. This base runner, unfortunately, is going to get hung out to dry, but now there is an assault ship, and assault ships will beat armored vehicles one-on-one. In fact, it's even got an armor upgrade already. And so... Oh dear, the bunching up here, I don't like this. In fact, he's targeting the assault ship with the LAVs, which... And then the sand skimmers with the AAV. I feel like that's really bad. I think the reason why he lost this fight was primarily because, I mean, as you can see, he was targeting his he was targeting my, assault ship, which has a lot of health with his LAVs, rather than targeting my sand skimmers with them. I think that's quite a mistake there. In fact, you can see I'm just running all these sand skimmers out here. That's also kind of a mistake. I really only need 1 to deal with this, but is he going to get this assault ship? That would be pretty big. Oh, I should really pull this back here, get it to heal up. It's getting pretty low. One more thing he could do... Oh, he's targeting the production cruise, which is unfortunate. But one thing you can do there to increase the survivability of your armored assault vehicles is in this position he could put a smoke down right here, block off this assault ship, and then only fight the one that's wounded, which of course means he can kill it much faster. These LAVs going in for a poke, and they're going to get an armored assault vehicle, which often happens, but I feel like all of these are actually going to go down here. And now, of course, the Sandskimmers are coming back. They're angry. And now it's 2 production cruisers with assault ships coming in. Refinery mode has not yet been researched, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. You know, with these units, I can just kind of push in now and just bully him off of one of his bases, which is, like I said, what I kind of wanted to do from the beginning here. So both players making some early game mistakes, but I seem to have come out on top, which I'm quite happy about. Once again, unbiased casting right here. Refinery mode is going to be coming out here. Still no sign of a support cruiser from Shrike. I hope he's not making a production cruiser. That'd be a little weird. LAVs, interestingly, can outrange assault ships by quite a bit, actually, and so you see there's kind of some... Oh, look, Shaun. Like Shaun the Sheep, but Shaun the assault ship. Is there a TV show for that? Well, LAVs can interestingly outrange assault ships, and so there's a little bit of micro involved of trying not to get them, you know, too battered up before they get into the carrier by these LAVs. In fact, as you saw earlier, LAVs can even kill assault ships since they only have, you know, I think 6 armor as a base. This guy's got 10 because he's Shaun. Shaun is special. Oh, these LAVs are kind of, they're getting a bit close. And see, I said they could outrange them, but this is not really where they want to engage. They will pick off one quite quickly. Actually, they're doing amazingly good damage against these assault ships. This one even getting pretty low. Shaun, you're an acolyte now. You cannot fall to this. These are LAVs. This is your counter unit. You cannot be killed by this. Oh dear, no! Shaun, no! Oh! Shaun gets destroyed by Yossarian. How brutal. So that's what I was saying about this micro here. Once there's enough LAVs here, they can take out the assault ships, and so I really should not have had them, you know, out there alone. That was kind of a mistake there. And indeed, I may lose... No, I don't lose this Sandskimmer, but he got dangerously close. Now all these LAVs are damaged, though, and that's pretty critical. You can see I can take quite a lot of damage on this guy before I have to really consider pulling him out. And now these LAVs are just getting hosed. This is not exactly where they want to be. This guy might go down too, actually. Oh, wow. You know, I mean, he's consistently killing off these assault ships using LAVs, but that's such an expensive trade. What are the units lost looking like now? Oh dear, yeah, look at that. It's like twice as many. And he's making railguns now, which is very good. This is definitely what he ought to have to counter this, but I think, you know, I didn't get in and do any damage to his economy, but this attack was definitely worth it because of how many CUs have been lost here, just, you know, drip-feeding LAVs into the grinder of assault ships here. And yeah, he's killing them off, but taking such heavy losses as he does it. And this railgun is way too close. He's really in danger now of getting chewed up by these assault ships. You can see the damage is starting to come out now. These Sandskimmers here are pretty low. They probably ought to back off. But this railgun is going to go down here. And now, you know, it's 2 assault ships and some Sandskimmers once again against 7 LAVs. I mean, if he kills off these assault ships and takes such grievous losses as he's been taking, you know, this is still going to have me considerably ahead, and he's going to fall further and further behind on the units lost tab, and pretty soon I will begin to overrun. As you can see, for instance, he's on 2 base economy right now, kind of. Like, we can call this, you know, 1.5 maybe, because some guys are having to long distance mine here. I'm already on 2 quite fluently, though, and setting up a 3rd. And so these are some serious economic woes for Shrike. He's just kind of getting zoned out of this 3rd base that he would love to take, taking lots of bad trades here, just falling further and further behind on this unit's lost tab. You know, this resourcing location is actually totally open. If he had the, you know, if he had the production for it, I'd love to see him just make a support cruiser or something, you know, get him here and then make another one, get him there. Pretty soon he'd be catching up in terms of economy, but it seems all of his units are going into, no, all of his resources are going into units, which I guess makes sense here. He sort of needs that. This is nice though. I like this little backstab here. Just kind of 6 LAVs going off onto the side, or 4 LAVs going off onto the side here. And I'm going to see it, of course. But that means I'm going to have to distract kind of this whole regiment of Sandskimmers, which I really wanted to be in the battle. Instead, they're going to have to go down here and deal with these 4 LAVs. So that's quite a nice move there. It's going to buy him a lot of time. And this guy, He ain't Sean. He's getting damaged a lot by these heavy railguns out here. Now, you can see the tech is Siege Cruiser Fabrication. I noticed that a bit earlier. And I'm also researching the damage upgrades here. These Sand Skimmers now almost completely upgraded. These LAVs too, though, are actually completely upgraded already. So he's significantly ahead, actually, in the upgrade war, which is very nice. If you're going to be, you know, defending against assault ships with LAVs, that's a good thing to get, is those upgrades. Otherwise, you're not really going to do anything to them. Now there's 5 heavy railguns out here. That's very good. I can't push in. As you can see, I'm just kind of holding up a position on the outside here. Sort of just waiting for my opponent to make a mistake. These LAVs here are going to get cleaned up on the side, probably. Although, they're actually going to do some serious work, you know. This is quite annoying with these LAVs here, because I had to pull 5 Sand Skimmers away. They've killed one. Kind of slowing down my attack here. Now, like I said, I'm waiting for my opponent to make a mistake, and this could be one if he chooses to push out here. Actually, if he's getting up on this position right here, I really like that, because this is... Yes, that is a good place for railguns. And indeed, he will have range on this assault ship here. That seems a little suspect, but... I guess... Wow, that's a weird noise. I guess I can't check the line of sight there exactly, but... He is indeed going to be able to shoot at this guy. This poor guy over here. Who should really now just kind of back away, but... He's left this right side a little bit exposed. The assault ships are pretty slow, but if they could get in there, they could do some serious damage. These railguns are doing some work, but I would like to see them a little further back toward the carrier, a bit more defensive. Oh yeah, look at this. They've just been totally bait and switch, these LAVs have. And now some railguns are going to go down here. Although, for the price of quite a few Sand Skimmers, I can't say this is entirely out of his favor. This fight kind of looking about even, I suppose. These railguns obviously contributing next to nothing, but actually the Sand Skimmers are going to come out on top of this. And I believe going into that there were higher numbers of LAVs. They really should have won this fight, but perhaps there wasn't a focus fire, some other kind of micro mistake, I'm not really sure. Oh, now these assault ships are getting up on top of these railguns. That's not good. These railguns represent a considerable investment here from Shrike, and if they go down, there's nothing to stop these assault ships, and they smell blood, they're moving right in. These Sand Skimmers doing their job, doing it very well, and now these railguns are really getting hung out to dry. They're right here next to the assault ships, which is never where they want to be. The focus fire is not exactly coming in, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Interesting missile barrage. I can criticize myself all day, that's okay. But Shrike is seeing the writing on the wall here. All these units up in his base, and he's really got nothing to defend against him, so he's going to just GG out of the game right there. What happened to Shrike? I feel like he had a very good defense going on there. I think, you know, I mean, this is obviously a bad engagement here, but he looked like he had more numbers of LAVs, actually, when that engagement began. I think one thing that commonly happens, you know, is that the railguns had found a nice target here, and so Shrike was like, okay, I'll move my LAVs in as well. But what you'll find is that, you know, the railguns can take down this target. They don't need the LAVs to help them. The LAVs need to stay back and screen them, because once they left, these Sand Skimmers just came right in. They picked up one railgun for free, and then that started a fight between the LAVs and the Sand Skimmers, but the LAVs had, you know, no range to kite the Sand Skimmers with like they normally do, and so the Sand Skimmers were just right on top of them. They managed to kill them all here, and that was basically the end. I mean, once these railguns filled, there was nothing to hold the carrier. I've got to say that was kind of the critical mistake, although, like I said, both players, including me, we could have played better in the early game there, but the win is going to go to me. Stick that in my pocket, I'm very happy about it. And that is round 2 of Kharak Cup number 1.